Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here. Just finished my workout, and I was thinking about a concept, something that I practice myself pretty much, I'd say pretty regularly, not on a daily basis, but pretty regularly, which has its roots in some psychology, particularly a book I'll point you to, which you can check out later. Go ahead and open it in a new window if you haven't bought this book or read this book already. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. It's kind of an older book, one of the really first self-development books out there. Kind of pivotal, critical book that you should read, everyone should read. But the concept is this idea of going over or exercising something like that I'm either going to try to do or something that I've done in my head. And today I'm going to talk about going over something that you've done, because I don't know if you've had this experience or not, but a lot of times I'll accomplish something, I'll reach some point, and after reaching it, I'll doubt myself. You'll accomplish something, you'll reach a new level, and then you'll fall back, or you'll just feel like you've fallen back, right? Even though that's not really the case, right? So you'll accomplish something, and then you'll have these doubts about it, and you won't remember. Like, you'll almost have like a selective memory where you're still stuck in that same old identity, and you're not believing the new thing, the new you, the thing that you've accomplished that brought you to that next level, right? So this happens to me all the time, right? And I've done a lot of things, right, in my life, and from investing in real estate, retiring young, writing a couple of books, to a lot of big fitness goals, and overcoming a lot of fears, all these kind of things, right? And a lot of times I'll forget about that. I'll forget what it feels like. I'll sort of, I think I did this video on imposter syndrome a while back, but I'll kind of get that imposter syndrome where I'll doubt that I actually did it, even though I know I did. So, long story short, without going too far into depth here, the idea is that what you want to do is sometimes, especially when you make a breakthrough and you've accomplished something, in order for you to actually believe it, because sometimes it's hard to believe it, go ahead and, when you're going to sleep at night, run it over in your head and run through. So, sometimes like I'll run through the past 3 days when I'm working on some skill or something, and I'll run through it and I'll be like, okay, I did this, I did that, it went like this, right? Until I'm visualizing it enough that I'm recalling it so many times that I actually believe it, and it becomes much more part of the identity, right? Because even though you believe something, you did something, you may not believe it yet. You might still feel like an imposter. So your brain doesn't know the difference between it actually happening, okay, in real life, and you imagining it, right? There's plenty of studies that show that you could actually practice, for example, a tennis serve, okay, in your mind, and you could get better at that tennis serve, okay? So, this is real shit. This is not, fake. This is not bullshit. Real scientific studies that show this. Several books I've read that have contained these studies. So, shit, I was across the street. So anyway, so the point is, like, you rehearse this. You go over it. Like I said, I'll do this, several times about, the last couple of days when I was working on something. And sometimes, I'll even just go back way far to, some point where I accomplished something earlier in my life where, I forgot about that, right? Because you forget about that kind of, that feeling that you had. And when you bring that back, what ends up happening is, you can bring that back, and you can actually summon that at will. And sometimes if you need some more courage, or you need to feel a little bit more confident, or you need to feel a certain way, you can just summon that by recalling a memory. In fact, Tony Robbins, in some of the seminars I've been to, talks about doing this, right? And basically, he has this kind of priming thing that he does every morning, where you're recalling this moment where you felt excitement, or you felt accomplishment, or like a champion, and then that will put you in that state. So anyway, just a little tip for you that I think will help you, right? If you've got things in your life that you've accomplished, you're better than you think. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is you got to remind yourself. You got to go through that exercise, and the more that you do that, And the more that you solidify that, the more it will become your identity. Because you can do things and then not really believe them, right? You can accomplish things, you can keep on going after this thing that you've already achieved because you don't think you really did, right? You're having trouble accepting that new identity, and this can help you to achieve that, to actually accept that identity and say, hey, I am this guy. that was me, remember? Right? And you just play it back. All right, that's all I got for you today. If you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button below and click the bell to make sure you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.